We all know that meditation can do wonders for us, but sometimes there are real challenges that come up along the way. So in this episode, I'm going to break down 8 of the most common struggles that people have brought to me in my meditation lessons. I'm also going to share the advice that I gave them that helped them to overcome those challenges, all based on my 25 plus years of experience in meditation and in guiding people through this practice. But first, I want to just start by saying this. If you've ever faced a challenge in meditation, maybe you've dissociated, maybe you've had a meditation session where you didn't feel calm afterwards, instead you felt emotional, that doesn't mean that you're doing something wrong. These types of hurdles that you face in meditation are all a part of the path and a part of healing. Any app or influencer who tells you that you are supposed to feel calm after every meditation session is lying. You will face struggles in your path as a meditator, and what matters is how you meet those struggles and how you overcome them, and that is what this is going to be all about. If you appreciate meditation content that doesn't gloss over the hard parts, please do me a favor and hit subscribe. So let's get right to it. The 8 most common struggles that people have come to me for help with in my meditation lessons and how we solve the problem. And I'd like to start with the elephant in the meditation room, which is dissociation. So many people face dissociation because of meditation, and in my honest opinion, it is not discussed enough. To put it simply, if you do too much of certain types of meditation, for instance, if you do too much mindful breathing or too much vipassana and none of the other aspects of meditation, then you are going to develop dissociation. Dissociation is a feeling of being disconnected from yourself, from the environment. I experienced it many years ago, and I can remember saying to a teacher that I felt like a ghost. Now, very important to explain that this is not a problem that is inherently caused by meditation. Rather, it is a problem that is caused by the way that we here in the West, in modern times, have learned to meditate. Because of all those apps and those influences, many people have developed the misguided notion that meditation is just mindful breathing, even though that is very far from the truth. And if you do too much mindful breathing, then you will develop dissociation. Importantly, Buddha didn't tell us to just do mindful breathing. He taught 4 foundations of mindfulness. Mindfulness of body, feeling, mind, and mental content, as was stated in the Satipatthana, easy for me to say, Satipatthana Sutta. As long as you stick to the 4 foundations of mindfulness, and you don't just do mindful breathing, then you're not going to face this problem. So I had one student, I'll call him Jordan, that's not his actual name, but for his privacy, who'd been doing daily breathing meditations with an app. After a few weeks, he started to feel like he was watching his life through a sheet of glass. Nothing felt real to him. He came to me disappointed and confused because what he had hoped to get from meditation simply was not happening. Instead, he was dissociating. We rebuilt his practice from the ground up, reintegrated the other foundations of mindfulness, especially mindfulness of body. And after 3 sessions, he told me, I feel like I am back inside my own life again. So, if you're struggling with dissociation, practice the other foundations of mindfulness, which you can read about on my blog, thedailymeditation.com, in particular focus on body awareness. Speaking of the body, another issue that some people face with meditation is dizziness. Now, this is usually a physiological response, but for some bizarre reason, some people think that getting dizzy during meditation is something spiritual. You'll hear people say, oh, I became dizzy because I was ascending to a higher plane. Really? What's actually happening is usually a lot more basic and a lot more physiological than that. You're probably holding your breath, or perhaps you're slumping forward when you meditate, collapsing your chest so that you're not breathing. That constricts your oxygen flow, which in turn will make you feel dizzy. Change your posture, sit properly, breathe diaphragmatically, but not holding your breath for too long. When you do that, you will stop feeling dizzy when you meditate. One of my clients, Dave, he had been getting dizzy every time that he meditated, and because it had happened every time, he thought it was just part of the process. But we together adjusted his posture and worked on some breathing exercises, and those simple things completely stopped the problem of his dizziness. So again, if you get dizzy when you meditate, just change your posture, make sure you're breathing properly, but not holding your breath too long. So we're discussing the most common challenges in meditation and their solutions. And the next one I'd like to discuss is arguably the most common issue, which is tiredness. A lot of people tell me that meditation makes them tired. And my first reaction to that is, are you sure meditation is causing your tiredness? Or are you just noticing how tired you have actually always been? The latter is far more likely. We live in a culture of override. Push through, perform, stay sharp, blah, blah, blah. When we finally sit still to do nothing, the body gets its chance and just completely relaxes and you go to sleep. And that isn't failure, and there's nothing wrong with meditation. It's literally just the intelligence of your nervous system saying, let me have a rest, please. The one time that meditation might actually directly cause you to feel tired is when you have an emotional release. But again, that's not a problem, it's actually a good thing. If you experience emotional release in meditation, and for instance, some of my clients have cried during sessions, and that's totally fine. But if you do, that's a lot of energy, emotional energy being released from your body. And yes, that is tiring, but it's also worth it because you're letting go of all of that emotional weight. And what usually happens is you meditate, you have an emotional release. After the emotional release, after the meditation session, you feel tired. But the next day you wake up feeling more refreshed than you've ever felt for a very long time because suddenly you don't have that emotional burden on your shoulders. One emotion that you might experience when you meditate, believe it or not, is anger. Yep, meditation can indeed make you angry. Because when all those distractions fall away, all that pent-up tension, resentment, hurt, all of that can come to the surface so that it can be released. I've had a client say, I didn't know that I had this much anger in me until I finally sat in silence. I explained that meditation wasn't truly making him angry, it was rather releasing it and making him more aware of the anger that was already there. Awareness isn't always comfortable, but it is always valuable. Because until you're aware of something, you are powerless to change it. Now, one of the main points that I want to make in this episode is this. Not everything will feel good in your meditation practice. It's not supposed to. And it's fine if something feels bad. Usually that means that there's something alive, that there's some processing to do. And we need to stop judging things. We need to stop assuming that because something feels bad in a meditation that we're doing something wrong or something bad's happening. Doesn't mean that. Usually it's because the pain that we have had stored in the body for years is finally being released. You're becoming aware of it as it's being released. And yes, that can feel bad, but it's also one of the most healing things that you will ever do. So let me ask you, have you ever experienced any of the problems that I've discussed in this video? Let me know in a comment. I would love to hear from you. Now we get to the big one, which is, what do you do if you don't know, if you're not sure that your meditation is working? And this is huge. A lot of people give up on meditation because they're simply not sure whether it's working or not. We live in a world of instant gratification. We get likes, we get dopamine hits. We're used to money going into the bank account or or not. But we're used to instant things happening. And meditation isn't always like that. Yes, sometimes you have those meditation sessions where you just become profoundly relaxed and it's like, oh my goodness, suddenly I feel amazing. But it's not always like that, and it shouldn't always be like that. Some of the benefits that you get from meditation are a lot more subtle than that. They don't show up instantly. It's more about where you'll notice that meditation is working. It is more in changes that come throughout your regular life. It's like maybe you didn't get so heated about something. Maybe you fell asleep easier one night. Maybe you learned to pause instead of spiraling. Maybe you stay grounded when hit the fan. Do you know what I'm saying? So sometimes meditation is more subtle. So if you want to know if your meditation is working, don't necessarily judge it by how you feel immediately after the meditation session. Instead, meditate for a few months and then look back and say, what differences are there now that weren't there before I started meditating? You're probably less reactive. You're probably more emotionally regulated and so on. Don't just judge your meditation practice on the instant results. Look for the more subtle but more important things, because that is where you'll find the real evidence that your meditation practice is truly working. And so those are the most common problems that people have come to me to take meditation lessons for. If you want to take a meditation lesson with me, you can do on thedailymeditation.com. But I'm also going to leave some really helpful resources in the description of this video. And just a shout out, if you want to support my channel and help me, there's certain things that I want to do. Like, for instance, I'd like to get a much better microphone so I can make way better guided meditations. Then I now have membership. What the hell is a membership? I don't know. I have membership. That's what I wanted to say. Membership options on this channel that just give me a little bit of, so that I can maybe buy a microphone so I can make some better guided meditations for you all. And that's the end of my rant. Anyway, thank you for joining me for this hopefully educational, hopefully uplifting video. And remember to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you next time.